Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap. It is week 2 of Katie Thurston's season of The Bachelorette. I cannot believe this, but things are actually really heating up early on. A lot of people told me during the live stream we just recorded that this was actually a fantastic episode. They had a ton of fun here. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Let me know everything you thought about this episode, how the season's going. Tasha and Caitlin as host. I would love to hear what you have to say. First, before I get into this recap, I do want to offer my utmost gratitude to all of you guys for all of the support and well wishes you sent me and my family this weekend. For those of you that didn't know, my dog Boone had a real life-threatening event that happened and needed emergency surgery late Friday night, and he is recovering, and we got so many donations from people. They hit us with an insane bill, but he's a member of our family, and I want to thank everyone who donated and sent us kind words. You guys mean the world to us. It puts everything into perspective, and our dog made it home yesterday, and he's recovering. Big incision, big surgery he had to get, and he's doing good. So thank you guys so much for all that. I know I've said this in a few other videos, but not everyone watches every video, so I wanted to make sure I got to everybody and said thank you guys so much. If I didn't get the chance to respond to you, I just really appreciate it. I know Tasha does too. And for everyone who's checking out the content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment below. Let's get right into it. If you're new to me, I take notes, I read them back to you. No edits, none of the jump cuts. That's not how we do it. Just a stand-up comic. I treat this like a set. So let's get right into it. Week 2, Katie Thurston season. Katie says she's looking to figure out who is here for the right reasons. That's what she's looking forward. Hey, newsflash, nobody. Everyone's out for themselves. Karl, the motivational speaker, calls a group date Hunger Games, and then we slowly realize that Karl is becoming a problem. The more you think of Karl, the more you just want to say, cancel Karl. Karl is problematic. Karl is going to be because sometimes the villain just pops up like Queen Victoria, and you go, villain, and we see who the villain is, and sometimes they sneak in like a little serpent. Karl's got serpent energy. He snuck in on me. I didn't know he first of all, the name Karl, he sounds like an accountant. He looks like one, and then all of a sudden, he becomes a motivational speaker. He's motivating me to cancel him. All right, group date. They head to a small theater. There's a bra and handcuffs on stage. Heather McDonald, host of the Juicy Scoop podcast, quizzes the men. I'm getting all of the answers wrong. She said, what's the largest sex organ? The right answer was the brain, which someone guessed. My answer was skin. Now, hold on. I know there's a skin salesman or whatever on the show. I don't know how it is. But I thought skin itself is an organ, right? And I feel like skin, everything touches skin. You have to have skin, all the feeling, whatever. I lost. But I'm still standing up. Skin is an organ. She said, how many erogenous zones does a female body have? And I was like, I don't know. One? What do you mean? I guess they didn't even give us the answer there, so I've just been left. Listen, I got a Rhode Island public school education. My Birds and the Bees was reading an Oprah magazine and trying to piece it all together. Looking at you, Stedman, how does it all fit? I don't understand. Okay, and then they do this thing where they this whole group date was, we have to remember, they obviously chose who was going to be on the group date. The whole group date is there to shame Mikey, okay? They're there to put Mikey through hell. So when they're like, name your favorite sex position, and then everyone's like, Mikey. Sex position, name it. How many times do you like to have sex? Mikey. He's like, all right. So he just answers a question mark and he's playing a coin. She's like, ooh, I like a man of mystery. So, it's brutal what they put him through. I mean, literally, we overuse the term cringeworthy. Everyone, that's cringeworthy. It's cringe. It's like, is it really cringeworthy? Cringeworthy is when you watch something and you go, oh my gosh, I feel embarrassed for this. And that's how I felt for this segment. Mikey's losing his cool, crying over the position the show is putting him in. When he ends up having sex, does he go by the name Mike? I feel like you're only Mikey until you lose your virginity. Then you become like Big Mike or whatever. So he's losing it over them. And of course, they're putting him in a tough spot. On one hand, I feel bad because obviously the producers manipulated him. And of course, he's really just on the show because she's sex positive and he's a virgin and they found a match. That's what happened, But on the other hand, you see him breaking down with regards to the topics of sex, and it does make you wonder, is there like some sort of deep-seated issue at hand? And I'm not a psychologist, I don't know, I just ask the questions. I have no idea. And you'll understand, like, what's the problem. He goes and has a nice conversation with her, and, she gives him a big hug, it's a nice thing. And then they do this awards, the greatest lover of all time, the Gloat Awards, greatest lover of all time. And Mikey the Virgin wins. I don't know how it works. He won. He's got the biggest sex organ of all. He's got a brain. I don't know. Anyway, here's a quick poem I put together. I wrote this, and people go, how long did it take you to write your poem? 2 minutes. It's garbage. These are garbage poems. So you know what I mean? So if I offend somebody, I didn't proofread this. I just tried to get it out as quick as possible. My content's not that. I used to have people that would comment, I only watch your content because it's the first recap up, and I'm like, I'll take that as a compliment. You know what I mean? Time is of the essence. Okay, here's a quick poem I wrote. Let's see if we can get to this. This is a recap of the group date where they all did their little greatest lover of all time gimmicks that they did. Connor sang a song, another dude wore a thong. Till the safe word peaches, say it if he's sucking like leeches. That doesn't make sense. There was a dick in the box, that's one form of hard knocks. A guy with a carrot that looks like his pee-pee, we call that a crotch-sized teepee. Karl, the cringeworthy speaker, less soul than a Payless shoe sneaker. Then there's Virgin Mike, never ridden the proverbial bike. But he who bears his soul, their true authentic self, wins the prize of Katie's eyes, an irreplaceable kind of wealth. There you go. That's it. It's a short poem. It was a rough day. Mercury's in retrograde, folks, okay? Mercury's in retrograde. Leave me a little slack here. The live stream I record this Monday night. The West Coast live stream was bananas. We have people call in. If you guys don't know this and you don't watch the live stream, people call in. They're getting wasted. Sarai dropped her phone in the hot tub calling in. We had Veronica. It was tons of fun. It was weird, but if you need to kill some time, go check out that live stream. Tons of fun. And also, my fashion video. That's right, Tasha's Take. My fiance Tasha works in fashion. We have a fashion video which will come out a few hours after this one. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed to catch that one. Tasha, my fiance Tasha, looks over all the fashion of the week, and we talk about what worked, what didn't work. Hey, you might learn something or two. We always want to stay up on our fashion. God knows I'm not. I got a linen shirt I got on Amazon. You know what I mean? What is this? I actually proposed in this shirt. This is my go-to shirt. All right. She said yes. He said yes. All right. So Katie tells Connor the cat, you were meant to be here. We were meant to meet, which was very kind of heavy. Katie really likes Connor the cat. I don't think I'm still calling him Connor the cat. I don't think Connor the cat gets too far. I honestly don't know. They have a very juvenile way of hitting on each other. I liked the cat thing. He's a teacher. He's used to dealing with kids. So he's like, Connor goes, can I get a first kiss redo? Which, by the way, I'm not hating on it. I love that line. Get a first kiss redo. They hook up, and then she's like, I came. He's like, me too. Samesies. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? But Katie loves it. They have a good youthful energy together. I don't know. What do I know? Karl the creep, cringy Karl. All right, Karl the creep's time. Katie says, what happened? Katie's talking to Karl. She says, what happened with your last relationship? My guess is she ran for the hills. She's like, I got to go. This guy's a creep. Katie, call Karl's ex. If there's ever a time to do a phone a friend, I'd love for everyone to write in and be like, say if they shot the show live, if we watched it live, and it'd be like, wouldn't it be nice if we could all just collectively call Katie and be like, the audience wants you to call Karl's ex and find out why she left him, and then puts her on FaceTime, and she's like, yeah, he's a good guy. I think get out, you gotta go. Motivational speaker. That's code for he's a pickup artist, right? That's code for he does dating seminars for men. I'm just guessing. There's no way he's motivating people that have normal work hours. That can't be the case. Cocaine Karl. That's what we're calling him. Cocaine Karl. Thomas went full tank engine on Katie. Did you see this? Thomas and Katie were getting hot and heavy. Thomas went full tank engine on Katie. Big leg grab energy. Railed or derailed, Katie was all on board. Let me tell you something. She was all, me and my fiance are watching it, and you don't know, that's the thing with big moves, right? You don't know right away if she's into it or if he's coming on too hard, because we're just watching it. We don't feel we're not in the throes of passion. Why do they call it throes? We're not in the throes of, we haven't through the passion with them, you know what I mean? But all of a sudden she's like, we're like, I don't know, did Katie like that or was that too far? Then Katie's like, and the rose goes to you, sir. You cramped up my Spanx, and if anyone wants to cramp up my Spanx with consent, you're going to get a rose too. Kissed her till the Spanx came out. He gets the group date rose. Great combo there. So Thomas, again, we got teased that in the future maybe we want to have some problems with Thomas, but so far Thomas is a contender. he stationed on her caboose. That doesn't make sense. He docked on her caboose. I don't know. We shoot it live. You swing some, you miss some. If anyone lives in Los Angeles and you want to come to a live stand-up comedy show this Friday at 7 p.m., I got a show in Echo Park. Go to my Instagram for details or shoot me a message. I'd love for you to come. I think it's a free show too. We're going to have a lot of Bachelor people that are going to show up there. It's going to be a ton of fun. All right. Katie takes Greg on first one-on-one date after getting first impression rose. They go fishing. He doesn't know how to set up a tent. That's a red flag. Come on, you put the stake in, you do the thing. Come on, there's 3 moves on a tent. It doesn't matter that Greg doesn't know much about fishing because Katie's already hooked. That's right. She took the bait, which is his jawline, apparently. I don't know. I'm not big into Greg. He seems fine, but I'm not like swooning over him like everyone else is out there. Katie teaches Greg how to poo in the woods. They flannel kiss on the toilet bucket. Well, that's a phrase I've never said as an adult human. 36 years old. I've never said they flannel kiss on the toilet bucket before. Hey, but that's life, you know. If we all know Katie from her TikTok, sometimes she craps her pants in a bank, and she's not afraid to talk about pooing. I feel like people that talk about pooing and also talk about sex are way healthier. Like, I grew up not talking in my family about sex or pooing. It was just some like deed you did in the corner there, and it's like, can somebody, you know what I mean? I don't know. And then I had an aunt, and they were my cousins. They were so familiar and open and talking about that. And I was like, why? I feel do Catholics not poo? Do Catholics not poo? That's like a weird children's book I wrote. I should write Catholics, they poo too. Okay, boo you, poo too. That's my Karl, the motivational speaker. Catholics poo too. It's a book on overcoming Catholic guilt by Dave Neal. Catholics poo too. Couldn't have written that one. He's still talking about it. This is the energy. Okay. She cries. They cry. She opens up to Greg. He doesn't really comfort her. She's kind of crying, and he's standing next to her. It's like, come on, put your arm around her. But then they do get closer together, so I take that back. Katie tells Greg she sees him being here for a while. No, Katie, make him work. You don't want to tell Greg you see him being here for a while. You say, I had a fun time. But there's 29 other guys, Greg, so you better work hard for it or else you're not going to get these goods. You know what I mean? Katie, come on. You need me to be your negotiator here. You can't be giving out all the hoo-has, you know what I mean, on the first date. Guy can't even put a stake in a tent. How's he going to stake your tent? Okay, folks, here. Pitch a tent. Do what you got to do. Use the tarp. All right. Greg talks about the loss of his dad to cancer 2 years prior. Wow, what a special hug they have. Did you see that? They really had a moment. It was a good moment. Oh, I love a good moment. You know what? Maybe Greg's the guy. Maybe he's not. But either way, you can't take away these nice special bonds they have. I've actually never seen a first date be this open and raw emotionally, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, folks. Trojans, wrap them up. Safe sex. Tayshia and Caitlyn show up at sunrise to wake everyone up with pots and pans. The group date is called Katie's Big Buckle Brawl. Love is messy. The winner of the mud wrestling gets extra time with Katie. And of course, we go to the Aaron and Cody. You know, episode 1, Aaron and Cody had like a fight out of nowhere. They look like 2 dogs walking in opposite directions down the street. And all of a sudden it's like, it's like, what the hell? And it was all Aaron. It was all one-sided. Cody's like, bro, it's almost like Cody had a stroke or amnesia. He fell on some train tracks and had amnesia. You know that movie, right? Good movie, by the way, if you know what I'm talking about. It's got the dad from the OC, and it's got, what's her face there? Blindside. Oh, right. But anyway, in the movie, the guy falls in the tracks and he wakes up, and then the lady convinces him that she was his husband because he was a catch, but they had never really met before. It's, you know what I mean, comedy, rom-com from the 90s. Anyway, point is, Cody's got amnesia. He's like, I don't know why this guy doesn't like me. And Aaron's like, you know what you did? And he's like, I don't know what I did. Did I do something? Was I, So clearly there's something going on. They're fighting so contrived. We know this story's just going to keep on escalating as the show goes on, and it delivers. Katie asks Aaron why he doesn't like Cody, basically says he's there for the wrong reasons. He remembers the night 1 pseudo fight, so out of left field. Katie then goes to Cody to tell him what Aaron said. I mean, Katie needs to wear some sneakers to like run back and forth. Cody said this. Well, Aaron said that. Well, I don't know. Just, golly. We're clearly missing something here. Everyone in the live stream that I talked to has the same point of view as me. That's like, what the hell's going on? Like, what happened there? Because Cody's like, not necessarily defending himself. He's like, I don't even know why the guy's got a problem with me. You know, my friend Abby Thomason over here, our legal scholar, Abby Thomason, said something very interesting during the live stream, that sometimes there's a thing where innocent people, they don't get defensive right away. There's like a reason why. Maybe it's like they're just like surprised or they're shocked. But sometimes people can be innocent and everyone goes, why didn't he defend himself if he didn't do anything wrong? And it's like, well, it might have taken him time to like wrap around what the hell was going on. Or Cody's a lousy guy and he didn't feel like opening the can of worms about why he's lousy. Like does Aaron know something about Cody that he didn't want to like violate the man code, if you will. He didn't want to like pull the nuclear, didn't want to Brittany Galvin, although Brittany Galvin was innocent, but you understand the point. He didn't want to say something that he can't take back after. Was that the case? Or was there just no receipt? Because we're all like, hey, can we get the receipts? I'd like the receipt. I'd like an itemized receipt as to why Cody deserves to be voted off on the second night. Like, what's going on? Truth is, Katie said she couldn't trust Cody. Cody says, I'm so heated right now, I'm containing myself well. Like, he really is. He's like, look, what, is he going to snap at her? No, not a darling. Oh, why are you going to raise your voice? I'm not raising my voice. You know what I mean? Katie doesn't buy Cody's response. He said, but I initially trusted Cody more. But who am I? I'm some chump watching the show. What do I know? Katie sends Cody home. I can't believe it. Can you believe this? Leave a comment. Whose side are you on? Cody or Aaron? You know what I mean? On face value, I always trust the innocent person, which, right, is Cody, versus Aaron, who's like got some beef for no reason. My thought is always this with the show. This is actually not how it normally goes. Usually, whoever complains about somebody else is the one that gets sent home because they're petty and it's obvious. Now, the question is Katie blinded by Aaron being a good-looking dude? Not saying Cody's not, but if she's more attracted to Aaron, maybe she's like, I'm going to side with this guy. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Katie and Andrew S. talk about thrift shopping and free lunches. I love this conversation. Can we normalize more conversations like this? Wow. Taking care of less fortunate students. God dang, socialism. That's what it is. What's next? You're going to give kids student textbooks with taxpayer money? Come on. Public schools do that. They actually fund the school by tax dollar money, and that's considered socialism, just like the fire department and the police department is a social service? You got to be kidding me. All right, well, you learn something new every day. All right, anyway, it was fun to see. That was, the problem's not with them, it's the AOC. Okay, whatever, folks. Do you, I'll do me. I'm making jokes about it. We live in a social democracy, all right? We pay for the lights and the potholes and the fire department and the police and the this and the that and the school textbooks. And in this case, Katie's lunch and Andrew's lunch. And that's a good thing. I'd be heartbroken to think of how many kids are starving in this United States of America because we don't have our priorities right. Yeah, we're bombing things. We got military budgets. We got all these things. And we haven't solved our own issues. We need to do better, folks. Okay? And that means let's not hate on each other because I'm on this party and you're on that party and my side versus your side. How about the good old side of the United States of America? How about we all get together and realize we're the ones getting robbed and we need to get out there and support our own people. So good for Katie. Good for Andrew. I'm glad they got a hot lunch. Look what it did to them. They were able to get some food in their stomach, get an education, and then get on a TV show and kiss each other. That's what I'm talking about. That's the social democracy I'm looking forward to. All right, I digress. The cocktail party. Anyway, so Andrew gets a rose. They grew up with a lot of, he said that we grew up without a lot of things. And I was the same way. I grew up with a single mom. And I tell you what, when you get that single mom energy, you learn a few tricks and trades. You know what I mean? My mom always told me growing up, I'm not like a practicing Catholic. I consider myself more spiritual than anything. But she told me something growing up that I actually really liked. She said, you know what, Dave, because, your dad's not in the picture, God's looking out for you more than these other guys. And that's probably not true. But it did feel nice having a mom there that was kind of like nudging me in the direction of like, things are going to work out for you, Dave. And that meant a lot to me. And that was a nice gift my mom gave me. The gift of hope, the gift of self-actualizing, the gift of positivity. And I hope we can all share that gift with each other because it is infectious. We do deserve all of our wildest dreams. There is no scarcity that really exists in this world. We can all have it all. We can all share that love. Now, please share that love with me by liking this video. But the truth is we can all share that love. And I appreciate everyone that shared their abundance with me. And I hope you get to feel a little bit better. I always say this with stand-up. I hope when I'm done talking, you feel a little bit better about whatever it is you got going on in your life. And as you guys know, and as I know, the live streams, this coverage the last year or so of doing the YouTube, it has been something that has helped a lot of other people have somebody to talk to throughout the day, and it's helped me too. So I appreciate all of you guys so much. Anyway, the cocktail party, creepy Karl tells Katie that he doesn't want to get into details, but he knows some people don't have the best intentions. Yeah, Karl, you. Karl's like, some people here aren't here for the right reasons, and he looks like this guy. Karl goes, I don't want to share specifics and stress you out. And Katie's like, no, I want specifics. You don't go vague on Katie Thurston. Let me tell you, you don't go vague on Katie. Karl is a fart in a crowded elevator. That's what Karl is. He claims to be a motivational speaker. He's a phony Robbins, okay? That's all he is. Phony Rob. I've been saving that line, phony Robbins. Katie loses her cool. She goes, a bomb was dropped on me. If you are not here for me, then get the flick out. Okay? She does the whole thing. She goes, you gotta go now. But the truth is, the guys go, who said that? And every guy sort of unionizes. They all get on the same page. Like, I didn't say it. You didn't say it. And then they go down the list, and then it goes to Karl, and he goes, gulp. And he does one of those like over-exaggerated cartoon, like, gulp. What did I do? And the group demands someone speak up who riled Katie up. Karl's like, I tried to motivate her. Karl says it's not his place to speak about it. The whole house is united and calls Karl a culprit. Karl the culprit. Cocaine Karl the culprit. Don't come at the girl sideways. That was the dumbest thing you could have possibly done, one of the guys says. Weak, spineless man you are. You use your time to manipulate her. Oh, they really gave Karl a new one. I'm excited to see how this ends. It's kind of juicy, right, folks? New season, new drama, people's names we didn't even know. I didn't know I wasn't going to like a guy with the name Karl with a K. But here we are, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you for all the love and support you guys give me. This video, Tasha's Take, is coming out in 2 hours, so stick around. Hit the subscribe button for that video. And also, for those that want to donate, I appreciate you all so much. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Weekly extra bonus live streams. Sunday, we broke down everything that went on this weekend with us and Boone's issue, our dog, and all that. And we're just happy to get out of it. And we're super grateful that the dog made it out and that he's getting back to health. And it was a good reminder to hug closely those that you love. Tell everyone in your circle how much you value them, and don't take one day for granted. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you later on for content. It's coming all day long. Bye, everybody.